Let the economy open. Let's save the jobs. Let's save the unemployment. Let's save the homeless. Let's save the hungry. Let's stop the malnutrition. Let's avoid the unrest and possibly even war. Because there is some little bastard sitting on the sidelines who's waiting to throw fuel on the fire to start a war. He's probably one of the guys sitting at the moment getting his salary going, keep the lockdown, and he's probably claiming to love the poor. My name is Dean Haystack, the Dean, and you're listening to The Coffee Conversation. I'm going to put myself on the limb on this one. I'm sorry about the light, it's late, but I realized something, and I wanted to record it now, not tomorrow. There's a whole lot of people in civil, general society who are saying that a hard lockdown is the way to go. And I've been wondering, who are these people? And it's been revealed who they actually are. Who are the people who are saying we have to stay in a hard lockdown? People mustn't go back to work. We mustn't open up the economy. Anybody who wants to open the economy doesn't care about the lives of other people. They take this moral high ground, they turn it around, and they seem to have this position of we care, you don't. Who are they? We're trying to work it out. They're now saying things like we've come down to level 3, and they're shouting at President Ramaphosa, and they're saying because he said it's in your hands. Instead of them realizing that what he's saying is government isn't going to control you anymore. We're going to give control back to you for you to make good decisions responsibly by yourself, like a free civil society. Instead of them seeing that, they're saying, oh, he's given up and he's abandoned us. Who are these people who keep saying this type of thing, who want the hard lockdown? The only people that I see and hear speaking that language are people who are employed, being paid, but they don't have to work. They're sitting at home while they're being paid, and they don't have to work. Ironically, those same people will get into a taxi with 7 other people that interchange, by the way. It's not the same 7 people. You get on the taxi, somebody else gets off, you're exposed to them, then somebody else gets on. Or they'll get onto a bus, or they'll get onto a train, or they'll get into a car with their family, and they'll drive to a shop, and they'll stand in queues, and then they'll go into the shop where there's lots of people and touch stuff, and then they'll stand in queues to pay the stuff, then they'll go back, and they'll go back in the taxi, and then they'll go home. But they don't have to work, and they're still getting paid. That's who they are. They're the ones taking the moral high ground. The people who are not working, who should have jobs, are saying, guys, this is too hard. The people who are working, the people who are even making money, realize and say, listen, guys, we need to get more people back to work because we see the other people suffering. These people sitting at home, earning money, not suffering, at no real risk that they even acknowledge themselves of getting sick, on telling everybody else who does care that they don't. They are narcissists. It's a typical narcissist tactic. And unfortunately, it's only too prolific. But the cat's out the bag. Guys, that's why there are so many people in South Africa, and that's what's creating confusion. But don't let it confuse you anymore. The right thing to do is, as President Ramaphosa is doing, is lower the levels. Go down to level 3, go down to level 2, go down to level 1. Get rid of this lockdown. Let the economy open. Let's save the jobs. Let's save the unemployment. Let's save the homeless. Let's save the hungry. Let's stop the malnutrition. Let's avoid the unrest and possibly even war. Because there is some little bastard sitting on the sidelines who's waiting to throw fuel on the fire to start a war. He's probably one of the guys sitting at the moment getting his salary going, keep the lockdown, and he's probably claiming to love the poor. But he doesn't love the poor. He just likes the fact that there's poor people, because poor people will listen to him because they think that they need him. He doesn't love the poor people. He just hates anybody who's got money, because anybody who's got money doesn't need him, and that's why he's going to lose his power. So I don't know who that might be, but there's some little bastard sitting in the sidelines probably thinking that way, whether they want the power. Now, that faction is also happening in the ANC. That's the argument in the ANC as well. I think Cyril Ramaphosa is on the right side of that argument, so again, I want to say let's support him. But guys, the cat's out the bag. The hateful few are the ones sitting on their couches, watching TV, going to the shops at leisure, don't have to go to work, still getting paid, bad-mouthing the rest of us, saying, we're so evil, don't listen to them, just ignore them. Your response must be, I'm sorry you feel that way, because that's how you respond to a narcissist, and get on with your life. My name's Dean Haystack, and I'm just a guy who gives a damn, currently in the dark, but that's me.